Hi everyone, it's Catherine here. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I am sharing with you this cute little layout I'm creating for Confessions of a Paper Addict, and I'm using the Bunny cut file, which was from the 1st of April release. So this release has a lot of sort of spring and Easter themed things, and so I couldn't resist this cute little bunny to scrap this photo of my son. This was, maybe 2 days after he was born. He was certainly still in the hospital, and he was born on a Good Friday. So I think I took this on the Easter Sunday, and this was the picture that I'd actually posted, to all my friends and family on Facebook to let them know that Sebastian had arrived. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and I backed the bunny with that polka dot kind of grey, and I'm using a whole mix of different elements here. So I've got, this is an older kit I picked up from Kitaholic's kit, and it included Dear Lizzy, I think it's called Lovely Days or something like that. Yeah, Lovely Day. And so I'm using the Bunny Love and the Tag You're It. And then I've got some ephemera by Shimelle. This is from the Little by Little collection, and all of those blue flowers that you can see there, that's all from a specialty paper from that same collection. And then I've also pulled in a couple of those bunnies from the Kaisercraft collection. I think it is Hide and Seek, so some Hide and Seek ephemera. So I've laid out my design here. I've got sort of 3 different clusters that I'm working on. So I've got sort of the blue florals under the bunny, like to give it a base, and then I've created a couple of little clusters, so that heart and the lock and key and a little feather, and I'm just trying to get a good mix of colors. This one I'm sticking together at the moment, so I've got I've got a mixture of those blues, the dark navy blue, floral, a little bunny, and the greeny bluey colors. So I'm happy with how all of those have come together, and I've created that sort of tag cluster at the top there, which I like. And that little bunny there says dream big, but I'm going to put that aside because I'm going to use this stencil. This stencil is from Vicki Boutin. I think it's from the Storyteller Radiate stencil. So I'm going to use it with some Distress Oxides in Tattered Rose, just to stencil on the back here. And I'm just using these are makeup brushes from Kmart, but they really stencil well. So I'm going to put these in 3 or 4 places. So one where the bunny is, and a couple more around the page, just to give the background a bit of color. So I have used that stripe blue paper, and I've actually gutted that and then stitched on the white paper that's been trimmed down, and I've machine stitched around the edge. So I'm just using that Distress Oxide and putting in a few areas. I thought I'd just check and do it. I needed to do a little bit more actually, because it was it was covered up a little bit. So I'm just going to add to those couple of clusters. And make sure that that mixed media is going to show in the background. So I needed a little bit more up in that top corner where the tags are. So I'm just going ahead and adding that, and just putting things back down just to make sure that that is going to be visible. And so while I'm doing all that, I should let you know that I will leave links below to this cut file in the Confessions of a Paper Addict store. So again, this is the bunny cut file, and I just think it's super cute. And then I'm going to go ahead here and just add some gold Jen Hadfield glitter spray, and just add some droplets there. And I've actually left that dry naturally, and I've come back the next day, and I'm just going to put my elements back around the page. And yeah, so also make sure there's a free cut file this month. It is this gorgeous floral moon, and I've seen quite a few of the design team create with it, and it's super cute. So if you're not part of the Confessions of a Paper Addict Facebook group, I highly recommend you go and check it out. It's a really great place to share. You'll get a lot out of it. So go and check that out. I'll leave the link in the description below. Now here I am. I'm just going to add and stick down all of my clusters to those areas. And I did go ahead and just sort of trim off the top of that tag because I didn't want it sticking out above that white cardstock. So I've just trimmed that down a little bit. And then I'm using a mixture of double-sided tape. I'm going to pop some of these elements up on foam tape just to give them a little bit more dimension and add them around the page. Again, yeah, here you can see I'm just adding some more foam tape just to give that little bunny a little bit of lift. So I'm going to add that there. So yeah, we just, obviously had Easter, and so I thought it was really appropriate to make sure that I scrapped an Easter photo. So this photo was from 6 years ago. So my son has just turned 6, and it was on his birthday was on Easter Saturday. So I think in general he'll sometimes Easter's early and sometimes it's later, but yeah, I think he'll quite often have a birthday at Easter. So yeah, he got to have some fun on his birthday and then straight into Easter. So lots of Easter eggs and chocolate the next day. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just kind of sticking this down at the back and just sticking that tag down. So I'm going to lay this piece flat, but then I will bump up some of the elements on foam tape. But yeah, if you haven't already, I suggest you go and check out some of the other design team members and some of the Easter layouts they've created or will be creating for the month of April. Yeah, there is just so many awesome cut files, and there will be another release on the 15th of April. So keep your eyes open for that. The other thing that is happening in Confessions of a Paper Addict is Virginia has currently got a design team call. I think you've got until the 10th to get your entry in to be able to see if you can become a design team member. It's one of it's an awesome design team to be part of. I really enjoyed my time. So go and check that out on the Facebook page as well as Instagram. So as you can see here, I'm just bumping up the ears because I wanted to give them a little bit of lift off the page and give them some dimension. I am just sticking the rest of that whole kind of piece flat to the page. And I always have trouble getting the tape off there. So I am just using my X-Acto knife. And I'm just putting that down. And then I decided that this was actually sitting either too high or too low. No, I'm just, oh yes, no. I wanted to add this doily to the back here. So I'm carefully trying to peel that off. And it wasn't too bad. I didn't make too much of a mess. And I'm just going to put this doily underneath the photo to make that stand out a little bit more and give it a little bit more texture. I don't use doilies very often. I do like them, but yeah, I just thought on a sweet little baby photo, I thought the doily would work well. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that down. And yeah, I think this is, I've got a real mixture of colors here. Obviously, this is a baby boy layout, but I've used plenty of pink, and I have no problem using pink or flowers on my son's layout. I think it's looking really cute, and I'm really liking how this is coming along. And then I'm going to go ahead and try and add my title here. So I've pulled out some thickers, and again, this was included in the kit, and I'm not sure what thickers they are. I know they're from American Crafts, and they might I think they're called Celebrate, but yeah, they'll be reasonably old. And I'm trying to add our Easter blessing, but I really struggled to get that out working. So in the end, I'm just going to use the title Easter blessing. But yeah, I will try a few different things for this title. And I'm really liking how this layout's coming along. I do struggle here a little bit to line things up, but I'll get there in the end. So I'm just laying that down and putting Easter there, and then I'm going to start again and use my T-square ruler here to make sure it's lined up and put down this blessing. But yeah, I probably could have left our Easter blessing. I think it probably would have run across the page okay there, but yeah, in the end I do take it off. So but yeah, I really like that. Yeah, so the navy blue floral I've fussy cut from a specialty paper from that Shimelle Little by Little collection. And I just love that. And I thought, you know, the blue stripes in that background paper and then those blue floral elements really worked with my son's little outfit. Our friends had given him this little outfit. It was way too big for him, but, you know, being Easter, I had to put him in it and take a cute little photo. And he did wear this later, I think when he was about 3 months old, so he did get some good use out of it. And here I'm just going ahead and adding some ribbon and stapling it onto these tags. This is just ribbon from my stash, and I just thought the colors worked really well. And the white one I think says baby boy, and I'm just trimming those down, and that yeah, I needed to add another staple there. But yeah, I really struggle to leave a tag without putting any twine or ribbon in it. And here I'm just going ahead, you would have seen that paper. This is where I fussy cut some of the blue florals. And I'm just going to add a couple of those blue florals to those 3 sort of clusters. So I'm just going to use some foam adhesive and pop those up around those different clusters. And yes, then I decided I needed a little bit of yellow in that corner one. And that's my layout complete. Thanks for joining me. Bye.